Here's ride 3, day 3. Kind of nervous because she had yesterday off and she's been rearing and bucking, kind of pulling through me and ignoring me, so I worked her longer today. Since I missed today, I'm going to kind of act like I did the day before, day 2, and kind of do everything and desensitize first. So I did the desensitizing, but I cut it out and cut out me getting on and off a few times because you guys have seen that for the last few days. I do plan on filming all 30 days and posting them every single day if you guys are interested in that. But I do want to say, before you click off the video because you think it's long and boring, first of all, that's cold starting. And secondly, you're going to laugh because there's a few times I ask for some new things and she doesn't know what to do. So she either A, flexes and stops herself, or B, she pivots and side passes, which I did not think she would do on the 3rd day. She had yesterday off, as I said. I was not feeling good at all. For some reason with her, getting off every now and then walking her on the ground and then getting back on seems to really calm her down. Like there's times I can feel she's tight and I'll get off, walk her around and get back on, and that seems to really calm her down. It's not something that I did with the other horses, but it seems to work for her. So I'm trying to get her more confident going to the right, and you can see it takes quite a bit for me to get her to move off to the right. But I'm just going to keep asking. And she kind of pivots on her front end right there. So I flex her, ask her go back the way that she's comfortable. So I've got my arms completely forward here. I'm trying to straighten out her head, and she flexed herself right there. My reins are loose. I'm trying to get that forward movement for the first time. And you see her kind of lift and hold her leg there, and then move. I did not feel that under saddle. I laugh when I go back and watch these. It's like, oh my god, that happened? But you can see she's kind of staying in one general area and not really wanting to go any further than a medium-sized circle. Or, excuse me, a small-sized circle. But I just keep asking. You know, it's the first time I've asked her to go with her head straight, so she's trying to figure out, what am I supposed to be doing? So I go back to flexing when I get a couple steps and some movements that I like, or that were good, or that I wanted. I'm very bad at voiceovers. And start loving on her and asking her to move off. You see she flexed herself there. My rein is out and loose, and my arms are more forward. I'm trying to get her to stay straight here and trying to get forward movement, and she's like, not sure if I can do that for you. So I just keep asking, and here she pivots a little bit. I just have to laugh at her because here I'm asking her to move and she's thinking I'm asking her to flex. So I got off, unlocked her feet, and cut back on, and it seemed to really help, as you guys will see here. I will say she is a very, very slow walker under saddle. That's why I think I kick so much. It's because she's moving so slow, and I have to stop kicking when she's moving, otherwise I'm going to desensitize her to my legs. So here we got some forward steps that weren't in a circle. And then she kind of side passed her back end right there and went into a circle. Although I didn't correct her for it, I do allow it for now because she's learning. So here's the first time I've stopped her and loved on her with her head straight. And then I went back and flexed her and just let her stand there for a second and loved on her. She actually has her full head right there, but she kept it bent. She kept herself flexed. And don't worry, guys, we do make it fully around the round pin at one point in this video. I have to laugh because she's so slow. But she is walking straight. I don't really like how her ears are back, but she's not doing anything for it. Like, she's not swishing her tail or bucking or anything, so I'll leave it. Normally when my horse puts her ears back, she's got a little attitude coming, but I'm glad that that's not the same under saddle. And here she's finally taking some forward steps. They're kind of arced, but it's not as tight as the circle as she's been doing, so I just leave her alone and keep asking when she stops for more movement. I don't want to always have to get off to unlock her feet. So we finally made it around the circle. Yay! I stopped her and flexed her. And I think it's right here. She's very stiff on this side, yeah. Very stiff on the right. So I think it's right here that she pivots. You can see it takes quite a bit to get her to move on this side. She took a step, so I rewarded it and allowed her to go the other way. When she gets kind of confused, I feel like I feel like she's the horse that if I push, that's when she's going to freak out. So I'll reward her by letting her have that step. And maybe tomorrow we'll work more on going to the right. Right there, she's stepped over, side passed her hind end again. And right there, I'm just kind of randomly flexing and then asking her to move again, making sure she's paying attention to me. And off we go forward again. Again, I'm kicking for no reason. It's just a habit. I haven't ridden in so long. It's been like over a month since I've ridden. So here she kind of stopped, so I picked her head up and asked her to bend and then move forward, and she just gets a little confused. She doesn't want to go forward. She wants to finish that circle off. So I ask her to go to the right, and she pivots on that one front left foot, kind of. She gets a little pivot in there. And I try to walk her straight back to the camera here. You can see she's a little unsure and she's kind of going sideways. I'm not going to correct that because eventually I do want her to go sideways. Sorry for that. Eventually I do want her to go sideways and pivot and stuff, so I don't want to like get after her for that. Now if she just starts doing that all the time and not listening, here we're asking for the backup. Very good for her first backup under saddle. If she starts pivoting or side passing all the time under saddle and ignoring me, then I'll get after her. So just ask her to walk around a little bit more. I just don't want it to be always a fast ride. I want to be able to sit up there and take my time. I'm actually pretty proud of her. They were doing something on a train and making a lot of banging, and there was actually some deer laying down in the field. So I'm very proud that she was actually paying attention to me. You can see she looks off every once in a while, but nothing like she does on the ground. And here she's pivoting on her back end again. I mean, at least I know I can eventually get a spin out of her. Super proud of her. Super proud of myself. So here I'm asking her to go to the left. And she's kind of bent, like, in her body. She's not really turning the way I'd like. But that's okay, you know, it's only her third ride. I cannot be picky. Asking her to go forward here. She's kind of ignoring. And there she finally went. Super proud of her. She's getting better at listening to my legs. Bring her up to you guys. And ask her to stand. Asking her back here. I love her back. It's so pretty. She already kind of takes her head down like she's supposed to. And here she's got a completely loose rein and she still backs and put her leg cocked right there. You can see her leg was cocked. So I'm happy that she's comfortable with me up there. I feel so big on her. Like I feel like I'm too tall for her. Maybe I'm not. I don't know. What do you guys think? So I'm pretty proud of her, and I'm pretty proud that this is how far we've come in 3 days with 1 day off. I'm still nervous on her. I think the first week or until you walk chalk canter on a completely loose line is normally when I'm starting to get comfortable. Like the more I move out and do things with her, the more comfortable I'll get, obviously. But she seems pretty confident. And woo. Good girl. Can we back up? Good. Can we flex? Here. Ooh. Back. Good. baby steps with her for a couple of reasons. One, it's to build my confidence. For some reason, I'm really nervous on her. I think it's just her first saddling. You guys have seen that video, keeps replaying in my mind, and I don't want that to happen. Two, it's really slick, and part of the mud is really hard and frozen, and the other part is really wet. And she's backing up really nicely. She's flexing. She's not bolting. She's going with her head straight. We're on her third ride. I'm very, very nervous. I haven't ridden my saddle and my saddle blanket in a while, and my saddle kind of got bent out the back, and then on top of it I use a shoulder relief pad, so it raises the saddle and it makes her feel like her back's hunched. I don't think it is. I think it's just the way that the saddle's sitting on the pad, and they're both bent, and one's made to be bent, one's not. So it's making me nervous feeling like she's bent. But you know what, normally I like to get walk, trot, canter the first couple rides, but I'm not gonna push it, and I feel like if I were to push her, that's when she would blow. Whereas if I take a couple more weeks or a couple days even, and we get to know each other and get she starts to understand more and starts to get more confident going the opposite way, then I feel like we could try for the trot or the canter. I'm pretty proud of her. As you can see, she's pretty lazy and laid back. I worked her quite a bit, like I said, but that's her third ride, guys. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'm pretty proud of her, and I'm pretty proud of myself, because I kept telling myself if she was going to do something at the walk, this is the third day she's had her head straight, I think she would do it by now. But I'm not going to push my luck and possibly ruin everything that we built up. So yeah, I'm going to let you guys go. I'm going to unpack her and clean out her barn because it's a horrible mess, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.